In this video, we're gonna see how much it actually costs to own a Shelby GT500. Let's get into it. I actually prepared a whole list for you guys, so let's get straight into it right now. Actually on the way to get an oil change right now. As you guys can see on the dashboard, it says change engine oil soon. So we're gonna head over to Godden Ford right now to get that change, but on the way we're gonna talk about how much it actually costs to own this bad boy. So first things first, let's go and talk about the purchase price. Of course, you gotta look for the best deal out there, pre-owned or brand new. Obviously brand new is gonna expect a higher premium, but I went with pre-owned. So the purchase price I got mine at was $81,000, which for a carbon fiber track pack golden ticket, that is an amazing deal. It's very hard to find this spec under $100,000, so your boy got very lucky and I found one on eBay. From there, you want to figure out if you want to pay cash or finance. I was at first gonna pay cash, but it didn't make sense because I could put my money elsewhere and make a higher return, so I just decided to finance it. My interest rate for this car is about 7.2%. That is also a huge factor as well. If you do decide to finance, getting a good interest rate, they gave me a 7.2% interest rate when my credit score was over 800, guys. Make sure you guys keep that in mind while you guys are purchasing this vehicle. With the purchase price, you guys also want to factor in the taxes and all the additional fees that these dealerships are going to charge you, because whatever price you see online is probably not your out the door price. So on top of all that, we also want to talk about the loan term. Obviously, the longer the loan term, the more interest you'll have to pay down the line.
A few moments later.
All right, guys, so we just pulled up to Godden Ford. That drive was a lot faster than I had intended it to be, so I didn't get to film as much content as I wanted to inside of the car, but it's actually a lot better that we don't film while we drive, so you know we don't get distracted. We're gonna go and wait for my guy Carlos, get this thing an oil change. Got my guy Carlos back at it again. Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to run the 5.0, man. I got the truck.
Oh, you got the truck? Okay.
Nah, I'm not messing with the 5.2.
I got you, brother. I got you, man. I was just talking to a guy from Shelby American. He does tunes for them. We were just talking about maybe potentially whippling my Shelby GT500. He said that he could take it to 1,000 horsepower to the wheel, which is insane. I didn't film any content while I was talking to him. Great conversation, but that is actually one thing we're gonna be talking about in this video, which is modifications. So stay tuned for that. So I just went inside right now and look what we got inside of the dealership. A GTD, man. And this GT350. My dad and I see this color a lot. It says customer vehicle right there. Please do not touch. That thing is insane. I love the GTD, man. One of these days we'll probably add this to the garage. Stay tuned. Next thing on the list is insurance. The insurance on a GT500 is not no regular Mustang insurance. You're gonna wanna get full coverage. Depending on your age, your insurance may be a little higher than others. When I bought my car, I was 25 and I already had an umbrella of cars with Geico, which is the insurance that I went with. They were able to give me a really good deal. So for 4 of my vehicles, I pay about $450 a month. So for full coverage for my Shelby GT500, I pay $226.02 per month. The other cars are obviously mix-ins, but for 220 bucks on a $80,000 to $100,000 plus vehicle, that is not bad at all. That's a hidden cost that a lot of people don't like to talk about, so make sure you guys check that, and make sure you guys go shop around for good rates, because other insurance companies may offer you a better rate than others. So now the third thing on the list is obviously gas. So with gas, it really just depends on how you drive the vehicle. If you like to drive slow, if you like to just cruise around, you're probably not gonna have to pay as much as my dad and I do for gas. But if you do like to have fun, and if you do like to go a little fast here and there, you're gonna spend a little bit more time at the gas stations. Yeah, just expect that. On a half tank, I pay about $30 to $35, maybe a little bit more depending on how much the prices are. I pay max $40 to $45 per fill up. And just remember, you do not put regular gas in a GT500. You guys gotta make sure that you put premium gas only. And with gas prices, it obviously varies. Here in Vegas, that's what I pay. But if you're in California or places with higher gas prices, you might have to pay $50 to $60 plus per fill up, depending on your state. The next thing I want to talk about, since we're here at Godin Ford, is the oil changes. I'm here currently right now at this dealership because I got to get an oil change. I want to make sure it's done right, and I want to make sure that they check all the other maintenance for my vehicle. Okay, the brakes, the fluids, everything and anything that this car needs, I want to make sure that it's done right here at Godin Ford. The oil prices went up, so for the total today, I'm going to be paying a little closer to $500, guys. $500 for one oil change. You can learn how to do it yourself, but the oil itself is the most expensive part of this whole thing. I think you could buy the oil and the kit for about $200 to $350 online. But then again, you have to pay someone else to do it, and what if they don't do it right? You got to take into account of that. If you go to a Ford dealership, at least they all know what they're doing. At least I hope. And if you take it somewhere else, they might not know too much of what they're doing or what they're dealing with, so you may end up paying a lot more down the line. Just because it's cheap now doesn't mean that it's going to be cheap for you later on. So keep that in mind. Just pay a little bit more right now so you don't have to pay a lot more down the line. So the next thing on the list is tires. This is huge, especially for GT500s. Especially if you guys are looking to drive your vehicle a lot more than other people do, you want to make sure you have good tires. As of right now, the ones that I have on my GT500 are the ones that my dad gifted me, which are the Michelins, and I'm not exactly sure which ones they are. They all vary in price, but the ones that my dad got me is about $2,000 for the whole pack. $2,000 for brand new tires, which he gave to me last year. We got the tires at Costco. They installed it for us and everything. And yeah, guys, the installation, thank God, came with the tires, so he didn't have to pay additional for that. That was really good on our end. But I also do know a lot of people that consistently have to change their tires because they're constantly tracking their cars. So if you don't track your car, you're probably going to be spending a little bit less on tires. So this really just all depends on you. The next thing on the list is brakes. You want to make sure if you're going super fast in this car that you got really good brakes. And last year I remembered that I only replaced my rear brakes and they had to replace the whole thing. They had to cut off the rotors. Carlos explained it to me a lot better. That's something that you have to take into account, right? You cannot just reuse the rotors. You have to buy a brand new rotor, you have to buy brand new brakes, and you have to do this whole process because the rotors on the GT500 are so thin because it's a performance vehicle. Don't quote me on this, but I think I paid a little close to $3,000 just for the rear brakes, guys. So my fingers are crossed right now. The last time I got an oil change, they told me that my front brake pads were good. I hope that I have a little bit more time with those front brake pads and I won't have to spend another $3,000. The next thing I want to talk about is registration and taxes. When I got my vehicle, I bought it in California, so I think I had to pay California taxes. So it was a lot more than I would have had paid if I got my car here in Nevada. On the taxes, I paid a little over $1,000, and on the registration I paid $650 to $700 this year. So if you guys decide to go brand new, it may be a little bit more than mine. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is the modifications. So for my car, there's really no modifications. When I got the car, it came with a carbon fiber fender, so I didn't have to pay additional for that. And internally, the car is completely stock, so I don't plan on doing anything additional right now. But if you guys do decide to put some modifications on the car, that may cost you upwards of $10,000 to $13,000 plus, guys. All right, so keep that in mind. The car is already fast. It sounds amazing and beautiful in my opinion the way it is stock, but especially with the spec that I got, which is the carbon fiber track pack golden ticket, you don't really need to do a lot for the car, man. Keep that in mind while you guys buy this car. Modifications can add up quickly. All right, guys, so your boy just got home. The shuttle just dropped me off, and the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is car washes and detailing. So for me personally, I don't have to pay anything, so shout out to my dad, shout out Pops. I take it to his house, I sleep over for the night, and then the next morning we clean our vehicles. But if you want to take detailing and car washes into account, I got one detail for my car that was not with my dad, and I paid about $100 with tip. Depending on how frequently you get your car wash done, and if you want to pay someone else to do it, that can also add up very, very quickly. The next thing on the list, which is something that I genuinely don't want to talk about too much, is tickets. A lot of you guys out there, depending on how you drive and how crazy you are as a person, are gonna get a lot of tickets. So knock on wood, But again, this is also something that can add up very, very quickly. So when you own a sports car like this, drive safe, be cautious, have fun here and there. But like I said, man, just be cautious because those cops are out there. They're looking for us, man. Be calm, be chill. You don't have to get on it all the time. That's something that you guys gotta look out for, which is tickets and risks like that. And the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is depreciation versus appreciation. Obviously, the more mileage you put on the car, the less value it's going to have. For me personally, I love to drive my GT500 and it's an experience, and this is my ultimate dream car. So I don't really care about putting a lot of mileage on it. I know a lot of people are like this, but I don't completely agree with keeping my car in the garage for years and years to come just to make it maintain its value, just for another guy or gal to drive it the way that I should have drove it. So with GT500s, there's a base model or the carbon fiber track pack. There's actually a lot of base models right now that are actually more expensive than the $81,000 that I paid for my carbon fiber track pack. So if you keep this car clean, keep it on a decent mileage, and have very little to no modifications on this car, it will hold its value like no other. For the appreciation of this vehicle, I like to think of go big or go home. All right. If you're going to get a GT500, go for the golden ticket. So that was my mindset going into this. I have a golden ticket. And like I said, these things hold their value like no other. And obviously we can get into things like the KR package or the code red made by Shelby. If you have that package on your GT500, then you have really no worries because those will always keep their value over time, and they are super hard to find. And I also wanted to add this rapid fire section, which is alignments, rock chips, windshield replacement, battery, door dings. All those additional expenses too can add up. So as of right now, we're gonna go and wait for my GT500 to be done with her oil change, and we'll see you guys there.
A few moments later.
490.82. There we go, guys. Yes, sir. So there you have it, folks. $490.82 for an oil change, guys. And Carlos told me I have about 5 millimeters left on my brake pads, my front brake pads. My rear brake pads are 10 millimeters. So those are basically brand new. We're gonna keep checking the front brake pad just to make sure everything is good on that. But again, this is a weekend driver, so he told me next oil change to go get that checked as well. But yeah, guys, with all of those expenses, would you guys still get a GT500? Comment down below. I want to know your personal thoughts. Let me know all your personal thoughts down below. I love all the good comments. I also love all the bad comments. All the engagement helps. I really appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, please make sure you guys go like, comment, subscribe down below. Until next video, we'll see y'all soon. Love y'all so much. And always remember, don't sleep. We got the heat. Love y'all, man. Peace.
We are